Bets arrived wearing black slacks, a black long-sleeve shirt, and dark cap fully covering her short black hair. Good grief, Bets, you look like a cat burglar. She stood in my doorway and leaned in to carefully survey the room.
Where is it?
I locked Felix in his cage, I assured her. Just for you. Bets took a cautious step forward. She removed the knit cap and ran her fingers through her hair.
I'd like to be in character when I can,
she said, giving me a once-over.
You're not seriously thinking of dressing like that, are you?
What's wrong with shorts and a shirt? We'll be wearing our cloaks. I mean, Jesus, Bets.
Do you dress like that for the office?
Of course not. There is a dress code. Bets plunked down into a chair.
Has it occurred to you there might be a dress code for criminals?
She said, crossing her arms and giving me a gotcha look. My eyes rolled, and I went and changed into dark clothes anyway. A final bathroom visit, then we donned our cloaks, and we set out for the bar. The day's heat still radiated up from the concrete sidewalk as we slipped into a series of alleyways. Bets climbed over the piles of garbage strewn along the crumbled asphalt. I watched for strangers, but the alley was too filthy, even for the homeless, to have taken refuge. Darcy's bar appeared like a freshly swept oasis amid a desert of trash. Boxes and abandoned vehicles formed a fence blocking the small patio on both sides. There was a chair and a table set beside the door, which led into the rear of the bar, and a single bulb served as guard. We crouched behind a rusty Chevy sedan and settled in to wait for Tito to appear. A trio of men strolled out of the darkness on the opposite side of the patio and knocked on the bar's door. It opened, and the men went inside, quickly returning to the patio moments later and disappearing down the dark alley. Bets nudged me in the ribs.
Did you see how they were dressed?
She whispered.
I told you.
Shh. The back door opened again, and Darcy stepped out. She tossed a bag of trash into a large metal container directly in front of the Chevy carcass concealing us. I did not expect Darcy to still be working. It was well past midnight, and she should have been long gone.
Don't tell me that's the innocent young thing you're trying to save,
Bets whispered. I nodded. Darcy had not been present the previous evening when I had checked the place. There had only been a series of men coming and going in 30-minute intervals. Even more disturbing than Darcy's presence was the way she was dressed. Not in waitress garb as I had always seen her. The young woman was wearing tall boots, a short skirt, and a pink tube top. The outfit added a page to her life story I had never read. It banged loudly, echoing down the alley and causing Bets to startle. She bumped the Chevy with her knee and yelped. Darcy's head pivoted in our direction, and her gaze swept across the Chevy. A moment later, we heard the back door open and shut. We raised our hoods, making us invisible to anyone who might come by before I completed my task. On second thought, I removed my hood. I wanted Uncle Tito to see the reboot coming for him. We stepped onto the lighted patio and gave each other a thumbs up. Bet settled into the chair beneath the yellow light. I turned the handle and opened the back door. It opened to a small, dimly lit room. A heavy-set man was seated at a makeshift desk. Behind him was a shelf containing a dozen or so wrapped packages. To his right was a stack of bins. To his left was the door to the bar proper. The man appeared to be in his 50s. He wore a muscle shirt and was busy with the scale, carefully measuring pills into small plastic packets. I stood silent by the door and waited for him to acknowledge me.
"What are you?"
he growled. He stood and moved from behind the desk to confront me. I turned the cap on my cane to activate the blade and revealed my scythe. I am here for you, Tito.
"I'm flattered,"
he chuckled.
"but I'm not available right now. Get out of here before I—"
His eyes widened. He reached back and turned the desk lamp toward me for a better look. Then, recognizing the figure before him, the man made a strangling noise in his throat and backed away. He bumped against the desk, spilling pills everywhere and knocking his gun to the floor. I stepped forward to close the distance between us and watched horror spread across his face. Raising my scythe, I swung it with all my strength, intending to remove the man's head in a quick, fluid motion.